Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, and today we're going to talk about 3 trades of a lifetime. Now, I know that's a bold statement, but if you stick with me, I will walk you through why I think that these 3 stocks are trades of a lifetime. These are the stocks that I've done videos on in the past. The 3 stocks I'm going to look at today are Castor Maritime, CTRM, Sensionix, SENS, and Palantir, PLTR. If you want to know why I think that these are possible trades of a lifetime, you sit right there. Hi, once again, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest, and boy, is this a bold video today. If you're brand new to the channel, by all means, please subscribe to the channel. If you have comments about what I'm talking about today, by all means, please put your comments in. I really want to know how you feel about these 3 trades. If you like the content, by all means, please hit the like button, especially if you find the information useful. All right, so let's start off by looking at some news stories that I have on these stocks. So here we go, Castor Maritime. Now, you know that I've been heavy on Castor Maritime for a while. It's a low dollar stock, but I like a couple of things about it. It is an undervalued stock with positive earnings and positive earnings growth, and it's got good upside by potential by way of the VectorVest system. So I like this stock, and it's been a tough stock to sit through. I totally understand. So in stocks like this, if you believe in the stock, then you just got to time your entries and get out at the right times as well. I'm going to walk you through that. So why is Castor Maritime stock soaring this week? And this was put out yesterday. New contracts announced this week at the triple the rates from last fall. A lot of these companies in the transportation shipping business right now are getting orders at big time rates. That's going to increase what they can charge and increase the bottom line. So what happened? Shares of Castor Maritime are popping this week, and there are 2 logical reasons for it. As its peak, the stock was up more than 33% during the week, and shares remain 18% above last week's closing price of last Thursday afternoon. So what? Castor Maritime operates a fleet of ocean-going vessels, most of which are dry bulk carriers. Once all of them are all set up, they'll have 27 vessels, and this is for a lower dollar company in this space, including 19 dry bulk carriers. The company sets the charter rates based on the BDI. I've done a video on this, on the BDI in a Castor Maritime video, which itself has jumped 17% over the last week. That's big for all of the stocks in this space. All right, so let's talk about it a little bit more. Castor Maritime stock soars on new charter agreements. They picked up a new ship. Remember, now they've got 27 ships. They picked up a new ship. And you know what I keep hearing about? I keep hearing about these are old ships. I got something for you in regards to that. So here's some more ships that they picked up. Price action. Shares are trading higher by 11% at 241 on the last check on Monday. This was put out on the 13th of September. Now, I've got another one from Investor Place. Those who have been paying attention to what's going on in the global shipping market know what a crazy year it's been thus far. For investors at Castor Maritime, it's been one hell of a year, and I can back that up 110%. I've been in and out of this stock. I personally own this stock right now for the purposes of transparency. Indeed, shares of CTRM stock have surged, to say the least. Shares of this diversified global shipping company now represents a 13-bagger for investors who bought it at the beginning of the year. Additionally, unlike other popular meme stocks that have gone parabolic and then waned, CTRM has held up relatively well, even though it has pulled back. All right? So now I want to get into the age of the ships. I know a lot of the ships that they've been picking up have been older ships. So I said to myself, I want to go find out what the average age of a dry bulk fleet is, and how can demolition bring a market recovery, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to scroll down. So back in 2006, the average age of a handy size was about 31 years before demolition. Supermax, 29 years, Panamax, 27 years, capsize, 26 years. Now, 5 years ago, that number had dropped to about 28 across the board. On the capsize, though, about 20 years. So if you look at the age of the ships right now, they're right in range. They should still be going strong for a few more years. But you know something? If this range works out because of the pandemic, that China starts picking up on importing, these companies are going to make money. And I'm going to show you what's going on in this industry overall, which helps to make it a trade of a lifetime. So far, a 13 bagger. Let's see if it can do more than that. All right, so now, let's move on to my next stock, which is Palantir. Why Palantir shares are trading higher today, and that was yesterday's news. Thousands of traders are getting a 90, I don't want to see that. All right, Palantir is trading higher Thursday morning, which was yesterday, on above average volume, which means there's conviction behind the move, amid increased retail investor interest in the stock on social media. I now think that we are getting a lot more into a social media market. Stocks that you see on the news, stocks that are on the internet are really being pushed by the retail investor. They are flexing their muscles, especially when it comes down to AMC and GME, of which we've done a lot of videos on. The average session volume was about 42 million over the 100-day period. There's a lot of conviction behind the move on Palantir's. Palantir's daily trading volume is already approaching 30 million less than an hour into the trading Thursday. Palantir was one of the top 2 trending stocks on what? StockTwits. At publication time, the stock was among the top 5 most mentioned stocks on subreddit Wall Street, blah, 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 blah. So now, is it the retail investor pushing it, and is that a bad thing? Well, if the retail investor is showing and flexing their muscles and can move a stock, then you know something? You don't just ignore it, and you take advantage of the opportunities to make the wins where you can. Now, what is Palantir doing? Palantir has teamed up with another company called Wejo, connected vehicle platform. So as I look down, Palantir Technologies is working alongside connected vehicle data company Wejo in developing an integrated data ecosystem for the automotive industry, according to a report from Seeking Alpha. What else is going on in the automotive industry? Oh, yeah, electric vehicles. And we've gone to push towards doing more electric vehicles. And the data that they're using for these vehicles could prove to be very helpful and useful in getting a lot of this off the ground. Palantir will also be investing in Wejo. Wejo will be merging with a special purpose company, a SPAC, called Virtuoso Acquisition, which will take Wejo public later in the year, according to the report. So now Palantir getting on board with a SPAC, which could drive the stock's price higher. And Palantir is an innovative company, which is, I think, one of the only companies that do what they do, where they take data and they use it into bring it into usable information across the spectrum of everything that's going on in the world, from COVID, from intelligence, from just anything that needs data, and now transferring it into useful information. That's what Palantir is doing. So I still think that the company is a very innovative company. Let's move over to my third stock, which is Sensionix. Now, here's a story that says, is Sensionix a buy under $4? Medical technology company Sensionix, which is headquartered in Germantown, Maryland, designs, develops, and commercializes continuous glucose monitoring systems. Sense shares have surged 343% in price year-to-date, fueled by the frantic trading of amateur investors, going back to retail investors based on discussions on the Reddit forum. Man, it is so amazing how, again, I think that we're turning into more of a social media market, but they offer opportunities for you to make big money as long as you know how to get in and get out. All right, and what else is going on with Sensionix? Sensionix continues to prove its product. Now, when I get into the graph of this stock, we're going to talk about what they do. For diabetes, they have a device that gets inserted under the skin to track your glucose. And what it does is it keeps the amount of needle pricks on the fingers to a minimum. And that's big for diabetics. I hate poking my fingers every day more than once to check my glucose or check my sugar. This, from a perspective of innovation, is huge. Now, there's another company, a couple other companies out there like Dexcom that have a wearable device, but you got to move it every so often. Well, if I've got a device that's inserted under my skin, and depending on how long I need to keep it there, I think that makes it a lot more viable, and you have to prick your fingers a lot less, more so for the purposes of calibrating the unit. All right, so those are my 3 stocks. Those are the news on those stocks. Let's move into the VectorVest software and let's take a look at them. Now, CTRM is the first stock. I've done a lot of videos on it. Now, we're talking about the what. The what is these 3 stocks. I'm going to incorporate something that's not always done on YouTube and talk about the why, because I think that's more important to help you to make a better decision on whether or not you feel that these stocks are trades of a lifetime. So here's some of my whys. The stock is an undervalued stock. All right, it's lower than its price. Good value upside or good potential upside using the VectorVest system. Relative value, which looks at the stock's long-term price appreciation, is above the value of 1. The stock has got good upside potential. It's got positive earnings and positive earnings growth rate. For a lower dollar stock, it's not always easy to find a stock that has positive earnings and positive earnings growth. Rapidly rising industry. So before I say that, let's move back into the software. Let's go move that down. There we go. Let's go look at that stock. Right click. And I want you to look at the industry graph. This is in a in an industry that's rising. Look at that. Transportation ship recently went above the 20-day exponential moving average, still currently above it. Currently down right now, but volume is steady. MACD is getting ready to turn over, but it hasn't yet. It's currently above. And these shipping companies, all of the stocks in the shipping companies for the most part are going up. People will always need goods, and a lot of those goods, because they come from all across the world, shipping is the best way to do it. And talking about the older ships, that's why I wanted to show you the information on the age of the ships and how that could affect the stock. Now, I'm going to give a price target of $4.50. Only buy on up days. The stock for the last couple of days have been down at a fib level of 23.6. I need the stock to break above it. It did it yesterday, but then retraced and stopped below it. Down today, currently above the 20-day exponential moving average. But look at this. Coming off this level of support at $1.88, the stock is trending higher. All right, so you can't fight the tape. The stock is currently going higher, but make sure you only buy on up days. And it's moving on good volume. All right, volume is conviction. I need to make sure that I'm in a stock that's moving on volume because that helps me out. And look at the MACD. MACD is still showing positive. Let's talk about the next stock. Now, Palantir. I like this company because it's an innovative company. I still don't think that there's anybody out here that does what Palantir does. It continues to get contracts, and I've done videos that showed all of the big names that have linked up with Palantir. These are not fly-by-night names. The CIA, all the intelligence, a lot of different companies. Go back and check the videos, folks. It talks about their cast of contracts that they have. They make life easier for folks because they take data and use it make it into useful information. And with that information, they can discern what's good, what's bad, and what they need to do, and many, many applications across the board. I'm going to give a price target on this of $31. Let's go back to the 6-month graph. I had a profit target on another video of $24.74. Guess what? It blew through that. Excellent. My next price target on the stock is sitting at $31. Now, there's a couple of things that do catch my attention. Fundamentally, the stock is not good. This is still a relatively new company overall. Put this on a 1-year graph, even longer than that. There we go. All right, it's still a relatively new company, and it's got a lot of gyrations as it's going through its growing pains. Now, do I think the growing pains are over? No, I do not. But look at the trend of the stock, definitely moving higher. Next profit target, again, I have at $31. It's not fundamentally sound, so, man, The news on the stock could actually make you money. It's definitely above the 20-day exponential moving average. Volume has been pretty steady. That shows me conviction, and the MACD is definitely moving higher. This stock has got great potential. I'm only a couple of dollars away from my next profit target, and after that, I'll raise it again. I'll do another video. And the last stock is Sensionix. Now, Sensionix, again, a device that's inserted under the skin. I think that is really good for that. Let's go to 6 months. There we go. Innovative company is already FDA approved for a 90-day insertable. Right now, working on further approval on a 180-day insertable device. Already okay in Europe, not okay here yet. So it's got an FDA approval for that, or looking for FDA approval. I think that will definitely catapult this stock higher. And after that, they're going to go after a 1 year. How cool is that going to be to have a device that you can wear under the skin for a year without having to get it taken out? All right. And this is a big deal for diabetics. Currently, it is in a channel, but look at that. Look at the wicks touching that level of the 20-day exponential moving average. A little bit of consolidation going on above the 20-day exponential moving average, definitely trending higher. Fundamentally, again, the stock is not fundamentally sound. But again, this is all about new technology to be used for diabetics. It's not out of its growing pains as well. The MACD, though, is showing signs of some bearishness. So if the stock's price falls below the 20-day exponential moving average, if you own it, and I am one that does own it, that might be a good time to wait for another better buying opportunity. So with that, folks, those are my 3 stocks that could be possible trades of a lifetime. It's not just the what, it is the why I think that. Now, you can make your own decision on whether or not you like the stocks. But these are stocks that I've done videos on in the past, and I'm going to keep up with them. I'm going to keep going because I still like the stocks long term. They may be tough to hold through, and when you see the stock fall below the 20-day exponential moving average, that's a good time to take your profits and wait for another buying opportunity. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with people in your social circles. So until the next time, folks, this video is over. See ya.